Prachi, Ritwik, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hello, hi.
Thank you,
Thank you
Priya.
for having
Thank
us.
you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having
Hi,
us.
guys.
Hi. So I want to start off with first things first. Do you think the year 2020 has been the year of the OTT? We've all been stuck at home. We've been watching stuff on our home screens. Do you think OTT has now attained the elite status that was so far reserved for theaters?
Yeah, fortunately, yes, but under very unfortunate circumstances. I mean, so you can't really, celebrate that fact. But yeah, the recognition OTT is getting is, I think, was long due, and yeah, man, I feel it's very democratic that ways to to say so, and you could be anyone, chote se chota, bade se bada. You just make your thing and put it out there, and if people like it, you will get the appreciation. So it's very open for all, it's very democratic in nature. So yeah, that's the best part about it.
But how do you gauge success on OTT? Ishan, if when there is a film that's releasing at theaters, you have the box office as a measure. But on OTT, how do you gauge the success?
I think the distinction is it's somehow it becomes apparent to you. You know, like you hear the feedback from the audiences very directly. I mean, with the advent of OTT, you also have social media. They kind of go hand in hand. And I have received a bunch of messages. There's I'm the only social media I use is Instagram, and Instagram has been one way of the audiences sharing their feedback and their love. So I mean, you get the sense of it. You definitely get the sense of it.
Yeah.
I'm not one to be in touch with the the heads and the supervisors and the producers and ask them how many people have watched it and such. I just get the I get the sense of it, and I felt it personally almost as much as either of my earlier films that came out in theaters. I mean, the most popular work that I've done before this was, I guess, would be Dhadak, and that came out in the cinemas, and it did very well for itself and had a good run. And I think the response that I got from Suitable Boy, to be specific, was on par with that. I felt like I got um, as much feedback. So I think you get a sense of it. I mean, I don't know what would the others say.
I think it's also, if you get the second season greenlit, that's also you get
Yeah,
to know
kind of
it was a
sign that
success
you
or
have done
not.
something good.
No, but I mean that's for a series specifically and for a long format series. But if you're doing a
Yeah.
limited series or even a digital movie, I feel like it's almost the same thing.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to know with the audiences. Yeah, definitely.
Jaideep
So,
sir can answer that question.
yeah, exactly. I was
No,
going
no,
to ask Jaideep.
but I definitely second that thought, because उससे पहले जब आप बॉक्स ऑफिस वाला होता तो सब कलेक्शन बता रहे होते हैं ऑल दैट, like ईशान said, ऑडियंस आपसे सीधे इंटरेक्ट कर रही होती. The amount of memes can actually tell you how much is reaching to the audience. Like मुन्ना भाई के जितने मीम्स बनते हैं, या मिर्जापुर के जितने मीम्स बनते हैं, या रिसेंटली जितने जितने प्रतीक के मीम बने, या ऋतु के जितने मीम्स बने, यू कैन डायरेक्ट एक काइंड ऑफ आपको आपको फीडबैक मिल रहा होता है कि this thing you have made, and it has been reaching out to the people, और लोग उसको देख रहे हैं और अप्रिशिएट कर रहे हैं, और वो आपको डायरेक्ट, जैसे इंस्टाग्राम है या फेसबुक है या जितने भी प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं, वो एक साथ उसी दिन आपको उसके
Yeah.
फीडबैक आने शुरू होते हैं. देन यू गेट टू नो कि हाँ यार, ये सही जा रहा है.
Now that you touched upon the topic of memes, I want to ask you all, which has been the favorite meme of yourself so far this year? Jaideep, so which has been your favorite meme of yourself this year?
बहुत सारे, लेकिन उसमें हर जगह गालियां घुसेड़ देते हैं, तो मैं उसको बता नहीं पाऊंगा. और वो ऐसे ऐसे लोगों के साथ बनाए हैं कि वो मैं बिल्कुल नहीं चाहता कि उनके साथ वो मैं बताऊं कि ऐसे लोगों के साथ बने. सो आई डोंट वांट टू गो देयर.
Any favorite or censored?
Especially when there is some political kind of statement, and somebody very big in politics, and they just put Hathiram under that and put a dialogue of I was like, oh shit, no, I don't want to go there.
Dangerous memes. Memes can be dangerous as well.
Yeah.
What about you? You've also had a great year. Lots of memes. Which one has been your favorite so far?
So there are a lot of memes made on that dialogue. कि मैं सिगरेट नहीं पीता पर जेब में लाइटर जरूर रखता हूँ धमाका
Hmm.
करने के लिए.
हाँ
And people have
Yeah.
used it to another level. In fact, apart from the meme, they have made a lot of parody also. I don't know whether
Hmm.
anybody has watched that chai wala thing. Those
Uh,
kids, they have made the entire video of Harshad, the
yeah
chai wala.
Ah.
और चाय में उन्होंने they've used all the dialogues, all the
wow.
dialogues कि चाय का धंधा बड़ा बड़ा cheap है and his comeback is cheap है तो deep है. And entire parody. So I mean, and this is the meme that I mean, see, this is what they've done.
Oh, that's a cool. You look like Rajnikant in that one.
So they have used Rajnikant in that, which I just saw today. तो
Oh.
किसी ने इडली वाला पूरा बनाया है कि हर्षद अय्यर इडली वाला है. Now then his entire business model of idli. So these are something.
Very cool.
जैसे
Guys,
जैसे एक बहुत फेमस मीम हुआ था जब मिर्जापुर में मुन्ना भैया को थप्पड़ मारता है पॉलिटिशियन, तो वो कालीन भैया बोलते हैं कि ये इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, हमारा बेटा है, ये इम्पोर्टेंट है. तो ये इसका इतना मीम बना था ना.
what about you, Divyendu Mirza? Who's so many names? Which one is your favorite? Or yours also has Galis only?
नहीं, not I mean a lot of them has but not all of them. एक बड़ा मजा आया मुझे, वो है केबीसी में बच्चन साहब सामने बैठे हैं और वो हमेशा पूछते हैं क्या कीजिएगा इतनी धनराशि का, वो जो हमेशा पूछते हैं. तो उसमें सामने मुन्ना बैठा हुआ है और बोलता है कि नहीं ऐसा इमीडिएट नहीं सोचे हैं लेकिन सोचेंगे.
Good one.
Oh, that's a good
It
one.
was good.
Super one. That's a really good one. I like that. Ritwik, what about you? A lot of people, including me, thought you had sung those songs yourself, by yourself, and then we all went and Googled and we found out it was not you. So any memes about that?
Plenty. But very honestly, there were so many memes that I've like the memory is washed out, and I don't even remember any specific ones. But there's one that I remember because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and I remember there was this picture where Radhe is sitting in a sea and screaming his lungs out, basically singing, and there's this face of Harry who's watching his godfather die. And it was hilarious to see Harry is screaming in a dhoti. That was a memorable.
So that's a cool one. Ishan, I think you are the last one to go. Have you chosen your favorite meme?
I don't know if it qualifies as a meme, but there was early on when it came out in the UK, there was an image of Miradi's earlier film with Tabu, Namesake, and there was an image of Irfan and Tabu, and they picked up a similar moment from Suitable Boy, which they put them in a collage. And it meant a very big deal to me, and also because that moment was improvised, it was not scripted, so it just I don't know, it's very personal, but that was something that really that's special. I have that saved in my phone.
Ishan, you specifically, how difficult is it acting in the English language? Are you as comfortable with it as you are in Hindi? Is it more challenging? Is it different?
No, luckily it wasn't. It wasn't much of a challenge. I think the specifics were more important. She wanted it to be a specific English. She wanted it to be period correct, and she wanted. Miradi has a big sort of emphasis on enunciating, and she wanted it to be very clear and also to be accessible to the British audience. So that was something that we had to work on. Luckily for me, I think every actor had to find their ground with the language in the show. But for me, luckily, it just I had all the logics and all the justification of why this guy speaks this way. My character was more of the Doon school kid. His best friend is the Nawabzada who's London returned, and so the English and then the transition into Hindi at home and then into Urdu with Saida Bai and with the Nawab, that was all worked out in my head. So I didn't get stuck with that.
All right, all of you have had such a great year this year, successful year. So how do you manage expectations? People keep coming up and asking you, when is the next season of this? when is the next season of that going to be coming out? Divyendu, I'm sure that happens to you all the time. When is the next season of Mirzapur coming out?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
how do you
dude.
manage expectations?
Mirzapur is meme central.
Yeah.
I'm now working with Guru, with
Oh
Gurmeet on
wow.
my next
Oh
film.
yes. Oh
Yeah.
yes.
So I've been seeing every day on his story some 18 memes are there of
I
Mirzapur.
know. And Guru is quite prompt with it, no? है ना?
Yeah,
वो
yeah,
सबको
he
is
finds them.
yeah. I mean, today only at the airport, one guy asked कि मिर्जापुर 3 कब आ रहा है? I was like, यार अभी रुको, इतनी मेहनत से बना है ये. मतलब अभी 2 चल रहा है. मतलब ऐसे मतलब just पूछने के लिए मत पूछो कि मतलब कब आ रहा है 3. बहुत टाइम है अभी 3 आने में. But yeah, this question, man, it's just yes, it's a hidden compliment there, definitely. But yeah, at times it gets a little too much. I mean, you're like
तो उसको तो वो ट्रीटमेंट दे सकते थे आप, देखो भाई वो वाला कितनी बार कहें तुमसे फ्लाइट में बैठो.
I know this.
Do you take your character home? When you play such an iconic character, a lot of people end up imitating your characters. You know, after they watch the series, they are unable to let go of these characters and they keep imitating them. As an actor, how difficult is it for you to let go of that character completely?
From my experience, not much difficult, because the day the shoot is over, I think within 10 days, 5 days, or maybe depending on the situation, it goes away. The problem is that when it comes out, audience के लिए वो एकदम नया हो जाता है, and for you it's been gone, it's out of your world basically.
Yeah.
When they like जब आप जैसे देवेंदु भाई से किसी ने पूछा कि मिर्जापुर 3 कब आ रहा है, he's out of that मिर्जापुर 2 also, thinking something else, going to Gwalior, doing something else, and suddenly वो क्वेश्चन पॉप अप होता है तो आपको लगता है क्या चल रहा है ये.
Yeah.
कुछ बात नहीं, कुछ और काम नहीं है तुम लोगों को. बट पॉइंट बीइंग अगेन जिस बहुत ही हिडन वाला उसमें एक कॉम्प्लीमेंट है. बट मुझे ऐसा लगता है एक्टर जोन से बाहर आ चुका होता है जब तक वो चीज ऑडियंस तक पहुंचती है. वो कुछ और मूव ऑन हो चुका होता है, किसी नई चीज पे या किसी नई किताब पे या कुछ भी लाइफ में नया हो चुका होता है. पर मुझे लगता है शुरुआत के कुछ दिन हो सकते हैं, डिपेंडिंग ऑन कि आप किस तरह का किरदार आपने प्ले किया है. तो वो 2-4 दिन, 5 दिन, 10 दिन में बाहर आ जाता है. आई थिंक हो सकता है 1 दिन में आ जाए, पर डिपेंडिंग ऑन.
That's the basic for any actor. And for me, I mean, I'm coming from theater background, so it used to happen with me every day. There were instances where I'm performing 3 different characters in one day, in one play or different plays. A lot of times it happens in such a way that I'm shooting for something and in the evening I have a show, so I have to directly go to the show.
Yeah.
So I immediately, the moment I'm out, I change my costume, I'm out of the character.
But that helps.
And that's how
Point being,
that helps.
If you're not doing anything now, it might stay with you for a day. You know,
Right.
because you are in a thought process कि यार अच्छा कल अच्छा हुआ, कल बुरा हुआ. Like every day के शूट के बाद आप होटल या घर पहुंचते आपको लगता है कि यार वो सीन में ना कुछ गड़बड़ हो गई है, पर समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या सही था या क्या गलत था. तो अगर शाम को कुछ ऐसा कर रहे हो जहां जैसे आप कुछ नई कॉस्ट्यूम पहनते हो ना, वो जाएगा, वो बाहर जाएगा क्योंकि कुछ किसी दूसरी फोर्स ने उसको
and that's how it works.
अंदर आके बैठ गया है. But if you're not doing anything, it might stay.
Yeah. In fact, this switch on, switch off helps a lot as an actor also, because you can see the character that you have created from third perspective.
But
the moment you are out of it, you can start analyzing that from a third perspective also, beyond a point.
Okay.
If I am an audience, how will I react to this?
That must be difficult to look at it from the audience's point of view. You know, I thought as an actor it would be a very personal portrayal. But do you think of your portrayal in that way, or do you think of it as how the audience is going to perceive it?
See, there are certain times where, and these are very minute things which comes to you at point. Like when you are in the scene, when you're in the character, you are a character. And most of, I guess, everybody would agree that we are not acting all the time. We are just reacting.
True.
Majority of the time, we are there in that moment, making that moment live and reacting to it. But there are certain places where you actually think technical also. Not deliberately, but it happens subconsciously.
No, definitely. I agree with Prateek here. And also because when we talk about cinema per se, I personally feel cinema is more about your craft, than your art. When we talk about theater, yes, it's more organic and it has more art in it. But yeah, cinema, as they say, has a lot of manipulations. So you have to hit the mark also. You need to catch the light also. All those things are there. So there, yes, there are very few moments when you actually feel when you're acting in front of the camera. At least it happened with me कि कुछ 4-5 बार ही हुआ होगा when I thought कि अच्छा मुझे पता नहीं चला टेक खत्म कब हो गया. Otherwise, yeah, there is like what we call actor's third eye, which is always present. Which is you have an idea what's going around and everything. But yeah, in theater it happens. वो ज़्यादा वहाँ पे होता है that you're in the flow of the things, और वो पूरा परफॉर्मेंस कैसे निकलता है you don't even realize. Same play हम बोलते हैं ना कि यार आज बड़ा तेज गया, आज थोड़ा धीरे गया. बट या सिनेमा में मुझको ऐसा लगता है वो जो ग्लिम्सेस है ना वो मिलते हैं, वो बहुत कम मिलते हैं, लेकिन बट मिलते जरूर.
yeah.
So do you have to feel what your character is feeling for you to portray authentically, or do you just have to kind of act it out in a way that the audience is going to receive well? Ishan, as Man, did you actually try to evoke those feelings, or was it just a portrayal?
Actually, for me, this is a very interesting conversation as well, because theater is something that I wanted to explore before I had the opportunity to start working in cinema. But it so happened that I began quite young with my first film. So for me, it's only been acting for the camera, and that's something that I feel I have a fascination towards particularly as well. And for me, those lines blur. Like I feel the art cannot happen till you have your craft down pat. If you have that craft down, then you give way for it to be a real alive moment. So what he said about the actor's third eye, I mean, I feel like there is one side that is constantly observing, and there are two people, when you're in the middle of a scene, and the other one is just going through that moment, is just be in that moment. You're alive to what the other person is doing, you're reacting to it, but you're also, I think it's the difference between being self-conscious and being aware. You're aware of the camera. For me, I've only acted for camera. So if you're not able to deliver to the camera, then sometimes even if you're feeling something and the feeling is very potent, it won't translate. So for me, I feel like it's a fine balance. Now I don't know the difference, because when I work on something, I usually am immersed in that. I'm thinking about it. I'm in that state for that period, for those 2-3 months that I'm working on it. So उसमें कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है, कब action हो गया, कब cut हो गया. Between takes also, you're kind of, you're in that. And so yeah, I mean, I don't try to evoke feelings. I try to rather be receptive to whatever's there. And
there is kind of very nice difference, as Devendu bhai said na, कि जब थिएटर पे होते हैं ना, मंच पे आप जो कर रहे होते हो, तो दर्शक अपनी तरीके से उसको जो देखना है वो देखेगा. हो सकता है वो किसी मंच पे किसी कोने में खड़े हुए किसी एक्टर को देख रहा हो जो कुछ नहीं कर रहा, बट डूइंग समथिंग वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, और पूरा एक्शन इधर चल रहा है. सिनेमा में क्या होता है कि एक फ्रेम जो है वो जो आपको दे रहा है वही देख पाओगे, उसके आगे पीछे कुछ नहीं देख पाओगे. सो क्या होता है ना कि वो कई बार वो मैजिक है ना क्रिएट हो जाता है. उस पर्दे पे ना कुछ ऐसा हो जाता है उस थोड़ी देर के लिए. वो अगर वो रिलेशनशिप जो उस कैमरे के साथ बनते हुए अगर वो सही तार पे आ गया ना, तो वो कुछ बहुत अजीब अमेजिंग लगता है आपको. हमें लगता है कि यार ये कुछ अलग कर दिया एक्टर ने. और उस वक्त ऐसा अगर हम उस एक्टर से या किसी से पूछें तो आपको एक्टर शायद बताएगा नहीं ऐसा तो कुछ चल नहीं रहा था, हमने तो कुछ किया नहीं. बट क्या हुआ ना कि वो बहुत सारी चीजें मिलके आप तक पहुंची हैं. वो कैमरा एंगल भी है, वो लाइटिंग भी है, वो हल्का सा एक टच जो शायद एक्टर ने सिर्फ इधर से हल्का सा ब्लिंक किया होगा, वो दोज मोमेंट्स ना वो थिएटर में नहीं पकड़ सकते. थिएटर में द मैजिक इज हैपनिंग ऑन अ वेरी ब्रॉड वे.
लॉन्ग शॉट में हो रहा है सब कुछ.
लॉन्ग शॉट में है सब कुछ. और ऑडियंस को चूज करना है कि उसको कहाँ मैजिक देखना है. यहाँ मैजिक हम आपको दिखाते हैं. ये देखो एक ब्लिंक से या एक आईब्रो ऊपर होने से इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है, एक शॉट में इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है, एक हल्के से मोमेंट से इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है. That's how it is. So if we can make that relationship with the camera, na, and how we're going to show that thing to the audience, that makes the difference.
Yeah, that's the great privilege you have as a cinema
Yes,
actor,
as
is
a
that
cinema actor.
if the camera is here, your face becomes the stage.
Yes, yes.
So
If
you
you are in
have
good
the
hands,
Yeah.
you're
big, yeah, that makes a huge difference.
huge.
Yeah, no, and that's why it's such a collaborative art, no, cinema is,
Yeah.
because अगर वो एक cut भी अगर वो sync में नहीं है, it can just,
Yes.
you know, and it could be very jarring to the eye, you
Hmm.
know, कि अभी चल रहा था. It's I mean, I'm not saying that theater is not, obviously it is, but like I said, it's more organic that ways. But yeah, when
Yes.
we come to films, no, it has to be, every department has to be so much in sync. Only
Sync.
then you could, you know, feel the impact of it.
So, Jitik, yours was also a very immersive performance. You know, from what I was telling you, that it was very believable, it was very authentic. So, during the course of it, were you also drawn to singing? Did that kind of further your passion? Did it kindle your interest?
Very funnily, I was always a huge fan of music and I was obsessed with music. I can't spend a day without music, but classical music was never something that I felt like I should dwell into or like at least see what it's all about until the show happened. Now I can't get out of it. It's my go-to music now and I love it. And somehow I think the fact that very organically I fell in love with this music helped me in portraying Radhe the they wanted me to, but it was an organic thing. It wasn't a conscious decision that कि नहीं यार अब ये character play कर रहे हैं, so I've got to love this music. No, I automatically fell in love with it, and till date I'm in love with it, and hopefully for the rest of my life I'll just keep exploring it because it's a huge, wide world.
I have a question for
Yeah.
Ritvik, if I may.
Please, please.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, was there a lot of live music or was it all playback when you were shooting this?
There was playback, so the songs were recorded, pre-recorded before the shoot started, so that we could rehearse them, and then they were live. So I was just lip syncing to it.
How much did that help you in your performance?
A lot, because especially the singing bits, it's very important to listen to the singer's breathing, which I didn't know about until our supervisor really told us that that's what you need to focus on. You need to focus on when he's exhaling and inhaling. And that was the best thing. Because the moment you start observing the singer's breathing, lip syncing is a free flow thing, because at the end of the day you've got to buy out the lyrics. That you do it just by mugging
Yeah,
it, mugging it,
yeah.
mugging it, mugging it. And this only other really need to pay attention to was how is he breathing, and that's it. And what is the emotion of the song? That's it.
That's something I can totally believe, because for me, I was not singing in the show, but Tabu's character Saida Bai is a courtesan, and she was voiced by the wonderful Kavita Seth. And I felt like, I get a lot of people asking me, how were you looking at her like that? And it's just in the way that you look at her, that you're mesmerized. And I really feel like it did maybe more than half the job for me. Just the fact that they were playing Kavita Ji's ghazals, while we were
Yeah.
performing the scenes. It's so, I mean, usually you have to create the magic when you're making cinema, but music is so complete in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Music
just,
has that power.
it really has that power. It was, I mean, I think it's a privilege if you get to perform to music. A lot of people do that. I think a lot of people, even if it's not in the scene, or it's, sometimes are able to quiet moments without dialogue, without recorded dialogue, people play music in the background.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah. No, especially in emotional scenes, at times it really helps, playing a track, just before the scene or something. It really, a lot of actors actually follow that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
really
do.
helps.
It's something I always have my earpods in before,
Yeah.
and it
And what
gives
is
me a
the
lot.
song that psychs you up? What song is it, like, no matter what, that song is going to psych you up and you're going to give a good shot?
Psych me, it's always been different. For every film, it's been different. It's been like sort of a ritual that from the moment I sit down on the makeup chair till I'm before the camera, there's something in my ears or playing in the background, and it's been different for every film. For Beyond the Clouds, I remember it was a lot of soundtracks. I used to listen to Hans Zimmer a lot, and I used to listen to just soundtracks. On Dhadak, it was different. I was listening to some Rajasthani music, and I would be listening to the soundtrack of Sairat. And Khali Pili, it was a lot of like Bombay शहर हादसों का शहर है, and like a lot of like rock music. And so it varies. And on this, though, Meera Di was playing Kavita Ji's music on set, so my job was done.
I want to ask Ishan and Ritwik, what is the importance of a superlative screen partner? Ishan, you work with Tabu. Ritwik, you work with Naseer Saab. How is that? Is it intimidating or does it help your performance?
Intimidating. You're kind of intimidated by the idea of who you're going to work with. When I was told that Naseer was playing this part, I was very nervous until I met him, and then it was all gone because he just made me so comfortable. And that's the thing which I've realized after doing this project is what differentiates a person from an actor and a legend from an actor. And these people are legends because of the kind of people they are. Because of the kind of human beings they are, and their craft and their art. And he's such a mesmerizing personality. He speaks to you beautifully. He has the greatest stories to share and some of the nicest things to say. And he's such a brilliant co-actor. Anything else? He's so giving that I realized there's after a point as Ishan was saying that he just had to hear Kavita Seth's music and be mesmerized. For me to play Radhe, to play Naseer's grandchild, I wasn't playing it anymore because we just formed that bond where I was anyway in awe of him, now in love with him, and always in reverence of him. That I just had to sit there and be, and that's one of the finest things about having people as co-actors.
Does it the same for you, Ishan?
Yeah, very much so. I think it's everyone on this was a massive ensemble cast, and everybody would tease me and say that everyone wanted to play Man's part because it's the easiest thing to sit in Tabu's presence when she's in her garb and be mesmerized. I was just like, kabhi bhi bol do action, kabhi bhi bol do cut, main to. But jokes apart, I mean, I think trust is a very important, very, very important element when you're working with any co-actor. And when you have somebody of that caliber and that experience, it becomes that much easier because at least with her specifically, it could have been intimidating. It could have been paralyzing to some degree as a performer, but it never felt that way because early on in the readings, because of her comfort with herself, she's so comfortable as a person. It made it easy for me to be relaxed around her, and then we formed our own equation early on. And she's very mischievous, very unlike what I may have thought. She's one of the most credible performers of our times, and she's actually just a hoot. She's just between shots, she's like imitating other people, and she's fooling around. So it was that much easier, and I think she's also just so she's so there. She's so invested. She's so receptive. She just gets it. If you're doing something in the middle of a scene. Many of the moments in Suitable Boy in the first few episodes, at least, were not scripted, and Meera Di kept them just because she picks up on little things, she picks up on everything and then gives it back double fold. It's just who she is a performer. So for me, I don't think it would have been the same at all if any other actor was playing that part. It adds the highest value to work with somebody like that.
All of you had such a good year. You've all got acclaim coming your way. But what about your bank balance? Is it reflecting in that, Prateek?
Wow! What a that's so direct, Shilpa.
No fooling around.
I know. What a sweet, rude question.
Let
And before the
Arshad Mehta
question-
answer that question.
और कमाल की बात है, सबसे पहले वो प्रतीक से ही पूछा.
मतलब मैं वही बोलने वाला था अभी कि before the question ends, she said Prateek.
Yes, सीधा. कहाँ से स्क्वायर ऑफ चल रहा है ये बताओ.
One by one. So that's Prateek,
Okay.
Cam, Arshad Mehta. I thought bank balance question to Bansai. So is your paycheck also reflecting the success now?
it should, from here on is what I can hope now.
Is that happening for all of you?
I'm gonna leave that question. It's one of those deliveries which you don't play and you just well left. You know, it's that.
ये वैसा वाला सवाल था कि सब
Yeah.
फॉर एग्जांपल सब लेडीज बैठी हैं पैनल पे और एक लड़के ने पूछ लिया कि आप अपनी अपनी उम्र बताओ और सही वाली असली वाली गलत नहीं तो ये वेल लेफ्ट डिलीवरी है
नहीं, पर इसमें एक चीज जरूर हुई है कि जैसे मेरे साथ स्कैम के बाद, उसके पहले ही जब कभी कोई ऑडिशन के लिए आता था ना कि ये ऑडिशन है, वो ऑडिशन
हमारे
है,
पास पैसे नहीं है।
हाँ, तो वहां शुरुआत ऐसे होती थी कि पहले तो कोई रोल भी नहीं बताता था यार। मतलब सिंपल सा ये है कि आप अवेलेबल है क्या 14 को, तो टेस्ट भेज दीजिए। मतलब भाई बता तो दे यार क्या है, विल सी। अभी ऐसा है कि सर एक बार सुनेंगे क्या आप? मतलब ये सेम आदमी है, 3 महीने पहले ही बात हुई है। मतलब व्हाट चेंज सडनली यार। इतना तो क्या हो गया चेंज? सो आई गेस मतलब
बहुत
उनका एक
ज्यादा
तो
मीम्स देख लिए
कॉन्फिडेंस
प्रतीक तुम्हारे
एंड नाउ वो जो पहले करते थे ना, नहीं सर 25,000 तो बहुत है, अभी वो लोग कोई फिगर ही नहीं बोलते। मतलब अभी कोई फिगर ही नहीं बोलते, नहीं नहीं सर आप बताइए। और
बस
दैट
सुन
इज
लो एक
इवन
बार
मोर कंफ्यूजिंग
बस
टू
एक
मी
बार
कि
सुन लो
मतलब मुझे क्या करना क्या है अब। व्हाट डू आई टेल यू?
Okay, that is very interesting. Thank you for answering that for me, Pratik. Divyendu, you come on. I'm not saying tell me your bank balance. I'm saying after Munna Bhaiya.
It's mad. Let me tell you, Shilpa, it's mad. It's
mad.
raining money right now. It's everywhere. It's heaps of money. I mean, it's gold. It's लोग मेरे पास अपनी घर की जमीन ले लेके आ रहे हैं कि ये जमीन ले लीजिए लेकिन मेरा प्रोजेक्ट कर दीजिए. It's
You may never
mad.
know Divyendu is sitting on a bag of money right now.
Yes.
आपको क्या लग रहा है बीच बीच में कहाँ जा रही है
I have to go and see कि वहां से RTGS आ गया, कहीं से कैश आ गया. It's amazing. हर थोड़ी देर बाद आके कोई एक पैकेट दे जाता है.
ये वो वाली बात है, ये पुशअप्स मार के वो 2000 के नोट से अपना माथा पोंछते हैं.
You of course a star. So your bank balance and paycheck going well?
मैम मैंने शुरुआत से इन चीजों को I have had a cap limit on the value that I give it. Luckily I have a management that understands the larger picture, my value monetarily in the larger scheme of things and all, and I let them take care of it. Touch wood, so far since I began it has been on an upward trend, and I hope it remains so. But for me, I had signed my next 2 installments of work before Suitable and all came out, so I hope that answers the question.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's not question good things, as they say.
Let's not. Let me move on to a more comfortable question. Now I forgot paycheck, so I want to talk about something
आपकी उम्र क्या है?
non-controversial.
I know.
Would you ever consider going full Monty? Divyen, you don't have to answer this because you already have. What about the other actors? Would you ever consider going full Monty for a role?
Shilpa, it's actually if you're an actor and if you come with a certain training, I mean you have to be, to begin with, you have to be very, very comfortable with your physicality. I always say I always feel more naked doing an emotional scene. I feel very, very shy when the whole crew is standing there and you have a very intimate or a very emotional scene, so to say. I feel very, very awkward. But yeah, walking full Monty was not a big deal for me. Not at all a big deal. Yeah.
Ishan, you would do the full Monty too?
I mean, for me, I think it depends entirely on who I'm working with and whether it's necessary. And if I feel that it helps and it adds value in some way to to the story, then yeah, I mean, I don't think I would have any qualms about it.
All right.
If it feels very natural to the scene, then
Yeah,
it works. Otherwise, it does not work at
if
all.
it's only for sensational value, you
Yeah.
know, then it's not
It looks
something that.
awkward. और वो करते हुए भी लगेगा और वो देखते हुए भी लगेगा.
हाँ, वो खोखलापन स्क्रीन पे नजर आएगा फिर कि मतलब वो बिला वजह, you know, so if it adds any value, if it's warranted in that scene, in that moment, then I would sure, you know.
You know, this might just be a moot question because OTT platforms are being regulated, you know, so maybe, I don't know if there will be any more opportunities. So, with the regulation, you know, that the news that the regulation is going to happen, what was your first reaction?
I don't think I didn't like that idea because मेरे साथ मुझे लगा कि इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें ना as a story writer जो हम OTT पे देख सकते हैं, और क्योंकि जेन्युइनली ऐसे बहुत सारे खराब काम पे बनता है जिनका कोई लॉजिक नहीं दिखाने का, पर जेन्युइनली अगर किसी किरदार में वो चीजें हैं. अब मुन्ना भैया नहीं बात कर सकते ना आपसे अंग्रेजी में, दिक्कत है, कैसे बात करेंगे क्योंकि उनका किरदार नहीं है वो, फिर वो क्या होगा, झूठा किरदार लिखा जाएगा. अब मुन्ना भैया बात ही ऐसे करेंगे, तो अगर आपको वो किरदारों की सच्चाई दिखानी है तो उतना आपको लिबर्टी लेना पड़ेगा उस चीज को दिखाने के लिए. नहीं तो फिर ऐसा है कि फिर दिखाओ, फिर वो भी तो फेक है ना सब कुछ, जो आप गलत कहानी दिखा के गलत किरदारों को फिर हम ये नहीं कह पाएंगे कि यार जमीन से जुड़े हुए किरदार लिखे हैं या रियलिज्म है या कुछ ऐसी बात है उनमें जो हम आसपास देख पाते हैं. तो फिर आई डोंट थिंक दैट वैसे भी सेल्फ रेगुलेटेड है, लोगों ने लिखा हुआ है उसके ऊपर कि हाँ 15 साल है, 18 साल है. हमारे यहाँ मेरा एक दोस्त है, वो बोलता है हमारे यहाँ बच्चे थोड़ी पैदा करते हैं, हम गुलाम पैदा कर रहे होते हैं कि इनको कैसे बड़ा करना है हम बताएंगे.
Also, it's where do you draw the line? I mean, would you then also censor the internet? Because everything is out there on the internet. I mean, what are you hiding from people? You're saying that an 18-year-old in your country can actually choose a government, but usko itna nahi pata usko kya dekhna hai. I mean, it's just idiotic to the core that you don't have that kind of confidence in, and this is what you think, you know, as the policy makers or whatever. You think that people are not smart enough or mature enough. The whole one of the main ingredients of OTT viewing is that it's personalized viewing. You know, you watch whatever you like on your small screen, ठीक है, और अपना एक कोने में or whatever. There are shows you can watch with your family, but it's a personalized screening you are doing. So I just don't understand how would this whole thing work, because then you have to censor the internet as well, right?
Absolutely.
And that's I personally feel that's like making your generation dumb, to be very honest, because they are not getting any exposure out of your own small world, and they are going to be dumb. I am sorry to say, but yes, they will be.
You feel 2021 business is going to come back to usual? You think it's going to be back to the theaters, or do you think the movie business has been changed forever by 2020?
Depends actually. कुछ तो जरूर बदलाव आएगा, क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं ऐसा हुआ, मुझे ऐसा लगा कि 2020 की वजह से ना OTT जो कि हो सकता है आज से 2 साल बाद जो बूम उसको मिलने वाला था, वो सडनली इस साल में मिल गया कि सब लोग घर पे थे. नहीं तो ये वैसे भी आने वाला था, ये होना ही था. बट उससे क्या इफेक्ट पड़ेगा कि धीरे धीरे लोगों के पास है ना अपना वक्त कम होता है. लोग कहाँ जाते हैं फैमिली के साथ फिल्में देखने? नहीं है, सबके पास अपना बच्चे अपना काम कर रहे होते हैं, बड़े बुजुर्ग घर में अपना काम कर रहे होते हैं, तो बहुत कम वक्त मिलता है लोगों को एक साथ जाके वो सिनेमा एक्सपीरियंस लेने का. तो लोग अपना सबके हाथ में फोन है, सबके हाथ में काफी सारा GB है जो मिलता है फ्री, तो उस पे देखना पसंद करते हैं लोग अपना पर्सनल स्पेस में. पर मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जब दोबारा मुझे पर्सनली सिनेमा बहुत अच्छा लगता है, क्योंकि वो बड़ा एक अलग फीलिंग है जब उस बड़े पर्दे पे सारी दुनिया से कट के, तो वो जो एक सेंस ऑफ डिटैचमेंट होती है ना बाहर की दुनिया से और आप सीधे सिनेमा से जुड़ते हो, वो फील मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. तो आई जस्ट होप कि वो उतना तो रहे और लोग बाकी उसको देख लें जो.
And I think we should take OTT as an option, not as a competition. You know,
and a replacement. It's not a replacement.
Yeah. Cinema has its own magic, man. Like Elawat said, I mean, going there, एक अंधेरे कमरे में बड़ी स्क्रीन पे अनजान लोगों के साथ एक एक्सपीरियंस लेना, it's in itself to begin with is a very surreal thing. So we shouldn't feel threatened by it or anything.
And it's not a threat. Believe me, it's not a threat at all.
I certainly hope that the impact is positive. I definitely think there will be an impact. There will be a change. I hope that what we're able to take out of this is that for the cinema experience, maybe people filter content in a better way, and a film that really is worthy of a big screen experience, or because people now have the option of sitting at home and watching something that is an equally engaging, if not more, story. So I feel like it would be really, I know it's idealistic to think this way, but it would be really wonderful if people are able to pull up their socks and bring more energy and bring more to uh, to to movies, to the big screen experience, because I mean, for the longest time there was really nothing that threatened that market, But now I feel like producers will perhaps think twice or think more, or invest in things that maybe they wouldn't before this. So I certainly hope there's a positive impact. But for me, there's no replacement for the cinema experience. I think there's a level of immersion that happens when you're watching a film in a dark room with other people. There's an exchange of energies, and that quality, like he said, of getting lost in the screen. I don't think there is any replacement for that. So I definitely hope that only positive things happen from here, and I hope that see, I think there are two elements. There is prestige and popularity, and I think OTT has gained both of these very quickly this year, and I think that will enable people to bring more confidently content to OTT. And so I hope that that's something that remains. I hope that they both grow separately, and they grow from each other.
That's a really interesting perspective, Ishan, that the theater and movies haven't been, kind of challenged so far, and OTT is really giving them, something to do and like up their game. I really like that perspective. Ritwik, what are your plans for 2021? What can we see you in next?
Oh, I've never had a plan for anything all my life, so there is no plan for 21 either. So I don't know.
That's a good strategy. Just a 2020 guy, I don't think we should be planning for anything. For everything.
Yeah, yeah, very honestly. But after Bandish did get over, and when it released, and when it was the first time I had the opportunity of choosing something, and that was a great experience. That was a lot of fun to have the power to say no. Because all your life you've only wanted to say yes to something, and you never known कि वो कभी होगा नहीं. But when I did read up a lot of things, and when I was offered a few things, the only thing that came to my mind was कि यार ऐसा कुछ करना है which is so, like, it has to be a tad bit, if not a tad bit, completely like poles up from what Bandish was. So I chose comedy.
Isn't comedy really, serious business?
नहीं, मैं तो
It
हंसने का
is.
इंसान हूँ, मैं हंस देता हूँ आसानी से. I have no issue with that.
Also the thing with comedy is hopefully the audience is laughing and not the actor.
Okay.
That's the scary part. Many a times you're laughing at what you're doing, but you
That's the
never
scary
know
part,
how
and
it's
that's
going to
why.
reflect.
But theater में मेरा बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग होता
So
है.
to do a
किसी
comedy
एक
is
show में-
always difficult.
किसी एक शो में कोई सीन पे ऑडियंस कमाल लाफ्टर दे रही होती है आपको. सडनली हो सकता है उसी दिन 2 शो कर रहे हो आप, दूसरे शो में एकदम साइलेंस. चलते
Sannata.
सीन में एक्टर की ना जान निकल जाती है कि ये क्या हुआ.
आपने कभी
This has happened.
ऐसा किया है? क्या आपने कभी ऐसा किया है कि आपने लाफ्टर के लिए पॉज लिया हो और वो लाफ्टर आई नहीं? तो
अरे थिएटर में बहुत होता है ये.
Yes.
और जमीन निकल जाती है पैर के नीचे से, अगर वो जो नेचुरल रिस्पॉन्स आना चाहिए वो नहीं आया. आपको लगता है ऑडियंस या तो मर गई है या पागल हो गई है, क्या चल रहा है ये. और आप क्योंकि मैक्सिमम टाइम पे आपको दिखाई नहीं दे रही ऑडियंस, आप उनको आप ज्यादा दिख रहे हो लाइट की वजह से, तो आपको लगता है शिट चले तो नहीं कहीं थिएटर छोड़ के चुपचाप.
ये एक्चुअली मेरे साथ हो चुका है, जो जयदीप सर कह रही है, सेम चीज बहुत बार मेरे साथ हो चुका है when I'm doing a play, and there's this really funny scene which I am convinced about कि this is very funny, and in one show it has worked, it has nailed, On the same day, different show, मैंने pause लिया है laughter के लिए. और there's pin drop silence, and I have ended up out of nervousness. I just ended and moved on from there. मैं खुद ही हंस लिया अपने लिए कि मैं ही हंस देता हूँ.
Oh god.
Interesting. Pratik, what about you? Going the comedy route, or are we going to see a season 2? I know Harshad Mehta is dead, but
No, I'm open for all the genre, and I feel the best place for an actor is where audience is not expecting anything from you. When they come and watch you, they should be as blank they should be.
Yeah.
So that you can surprise them, you can give them something which is which can give them in surprise to an extent that they see, okay, I've never seen this guy before. Because I've seen a lot of actors that when they come on screen, हमको पहले से ही पता है कि अरे ये बहुत हंसाएगा, अरे अभी कुछ तो बोल देंगे ऐसा, ये तो कुछ ऑफबीट करने वाला है. तो वो एक जोन ऐसा है जो मुझे लगता है एज एन एक्टर I'm in a better position if nobody's expecting anything from me.
all right, but that's
Baki, I wanted to add one thing about the play that Jaideep sir just said. This happened to me. So there is this monologue that I do, which is of 2 hours. It's on Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the young Mohandas, who comes on stage and says that bloody everybody's talking about Mahatma. Nobody talks about me. I made him. So you better know me. And he tells his story. So I had done that show multiple times. And there are set points where I used to get laughters, I used to get claps. And between the play, there are almost standing ovation kind of roar of laughter and claps and all. I was performing this for Indian Navy. They were all invited in their uniform. They came there, they sat down.
Worst place to perform. In that sense.
Acha, I performed. We started. And it's a monologue. I'm the only one on stage. First 20 minutes. Nothing is happening. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, not a smirk, not a laughter, nothing. कोई आवाज ही नहीं आ रही. मुझे लग रहा है प्ले पहुंच रहा है, नहीं पहुंच रहा है, पता ही नहीं चल रहा है कि whether I'm able to, वो fourth wall के across बात जा रही है, नहीं जा रही है, समझ ही नहीं आ रहा. I'm putting in all my energy to communicate. After the show, the CEO, the chief commanding officer, he came and he said, "Brilliant show. We have never seen something like this." And I was saying, really?
पहले क्यों नहीं बताया?
Thinking, we didn't clap. No, sir. He said, you must be thinking why we didn't clap, but we never wanted to disturb you. No, by not clapping, you disturb me.
Wow. Wow.
मैं सर ये पहले बता दिया था तो शायद थोड़ा ease से perform करता.
Too gentlemanly.
मतलब यार.
I've seen them doing this.
Oh, that happened to you as well, sir, where they were.
No, not happened to me, but I've seen them how they sit in this kind of fashion, or वो proper वो ऐसे बैठ के देखते हैं. Actually like this, strictly like this. They cannot be like this. They're always like hands on their knees and they're watching this like this.
Wow.
That's not how I saw all your performances this year. I was clapping for all of you, and a lot of your performances stayed with me after I watched it as well. I was swearing, I was listening to those romantic songs from A Suitable Boy. I was thinking of dabbling in the share market. And, you all made a big impact on me and the audiences. And I'm so glad that you could all talk to me today. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been such a fun chat for me. I hope you had a good time.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.